Sara. My project was on Calico Jigsaw. So Calico Jigsaw is a graphical language. It's based on the language Scratch. And so each command is called a block. And so here you can see several blocks. And blocks are dragged and dropped from the panels into the programming area to make programs. So to customize a block, you need to look at first you highlight the block, and then there's a Properties tab that is in the lower right-hand corner of the Calico block. So this label row is what is displayed on the block, and it is updated automatically. And here you can change each variable individually. And so this space right here called message is for any errors that may occur while the program is running. So to manipulate the blocks, you drag and drop them, and if you drag them right underneath a block that you want to occur after, it'll highlight right here with this white color, and that's when you drop it, and it will become linked to all previous blocks. You can also insert a block between two, so you could insert one right here and they will all be linked sequentially. So when you want to delete a block, you right-click on the block, hit delete, but this will also disconnect all blocks below from this set of blocks above. So it'll go from looking like this to like this, and you can see it's been broken. So if you instead do delete substack, all blocks below that block will also be deleted. So in this case, all of these blocks would be deleted. So Calico Jigsaw is very good at pointing out errors and exactly where those errors occur. So when an error does occur, the block that it occurs at will be crossed out by this red X, so it's very easy to see. It will also, in the output tab, will give a display of exactly what went wrong, and in the Properties tab, in the message area, it will also put that same message, so it's very clear what went wrong. For variables, there are no type assignments, so you use the same assignment block for every type of variable. There are doubles, integers, arrays, strings, characters, and booleans. So as you can see right here, arrays can have mixed types. So this one is mixed with integers and a character. However, once an array has been defined, you can't change individual elements within that array. So next I'm going to talk about the different panels. And first is the control panel. So every single Calico Jigsaw program must start with a when program starts, and this is like the main method in Java. So next is the if tests. So there's the standard if test with the condition and what to do if it's true right here, and what to do if it is false. There is the option of using an if block without an else, so that only does something if this condition is true. And you can also nest if-else statements for multiple conditions. So in this case, it's testing if it's 0 or 1, and it's doing the same thing. However, Calico Jigsaw does not have ands or ors. It will not compute, so you have to nest them. For looping, there are 3 options. The first one will repeat something a specific number of times, and you hard code that in there, or I guess you could put in a variable as well. The next option is the for each loop, which is very similar to the one in Python. So it will take a variable through each element of an array, and this only works for arrays. And you can also use a predefined array with the variable name here. And it also, of course, has while loops, which will evaluate as long as this condition is true. Next is the input and output. So to get input from a user, you use the ask block. And this will assign whatever is received from the user to a variable. The ask block will open up a dialog box where the user can input whatever information it's asking for, and then hit OK and proceed with that information, or if you hit cancel, it will proceed without that information. And the program will keep running unless, of course, there's an error, which there probably will be since you're asking for information. Next is output. There's the standard print, where it'll print anything within these parentheses, and it'll stick it right into the output tab. Another option is the tell block, which will put whatever information you give it into a dialog box window. So to be more upfront with the information you want to give to the user. So next are functions, or this is the procedure tab. So to define a function, you use the define tab, not tab, block, sorry. So you can give that procedure a name, and you can give it up to 5 parameters, unfortunately no more than that, though that could get confusing if you did have a bunch of parameters. And you may have a return statement, or you can just leave it as a void function. So to call a function, you need to use these special purple blocks from the procedure tab. And so you can assign it to a variable. You don't have to. You can leave that blank, and it will just call the function, and you pass in all the arguments. And next, there are many libraries available in Calico Jigsaw. So you can do graphics, you can use shapes, Miro, you can do special math functions like absolute value and other complicated things. And there are many other libraries. So each library comes with its own panel. Panel is the word. And it will have all the blocks available in that library. So as the program runs, the blocks that are being executed are highlighted so you can keep track of where the program is while it's running. And double-clicking on any block will run the program for everything including and below that block. So now it's time for a demonstration. Okay. Here is a program that I wrote to sort an array. So it will start with an array of jumbled numbers, and it will sort them. So let's pick up the speed a little. So, okay, here we go. And as you can see, the blocks are being lit up as they go through. You can follow the program exactly where it is. And so here is the unsorted array, which is printed right here, and here's the sorted array from smallest to largest. Next is the Fibonacci sequence, and I'm going to increase that speed because it takes quite a while, and here we go. So something interesting about the return statement is it can't do recursion within the return statement, because it can't handle anything more complicated than simple variables or like simple addition, subtraction. And so it's chugging along. And here is the 6th Fibonacci number. It is 0 indexed, so the 6th is actually the 7th. And here is the bouncing ball, which makes use of the graphics and the shapes libraries. So there we go. Unfortunately, I think the recording does not let the Calico go fast in its operations. So you can see it bouncing. Okay. And so I hope this gives you an understanding of Calico Jigsaw. And thanks for watching, and have a nice winter break.